Yo, what's happening? It's Smoking with Too Tall. Sitting next to me, introduce yourself and drop your socials.
Yo, it's Shumbu Show. Last name is Amable. My socials, you can find me on Instagram at Shumbu Show. That's SHUMBU. And you can also find my clothing brand. That's Project Concrete Clothing on Instagram as well. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about Project Concrete Clothing and like the inspiration behind the brand.
Yeah, so Project Concrete Clothing was a brand that I started in 2021, 2022. And the inspiration behind the clothing brand was I wanted to make a clothing brand because everybody else was doing it. And I was trying to make a profit. So that was where my head was at the first time planning the clothing and the drops. But later down the line, the inspiration came in like me kind of reading books and me trying to find a meaning to life. So I gave it a message, and the message was stagnation breeds destruction.
Yeah. So break down that phrase a little bit.
Yeah. So at the time when I was thinking about the clothing brand, I was very stagnant in my life. So I was doing a bunch of things that was not fulfilling me physically and mentally. So stagnation, I was very stagnant. I was just like very placent. I had no goals, and I felt like I wasn't making any progress in life. So I was very stagnant, and that bred a bunch of negative thoughts, a bunch of negative outcomes into my life. And so that's where the destruction came, and so that's what the message was.
Okay, and is that kind of like why you started working out like more and stuff? Because I saw on your Instagram you had like gym posts and shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, exactly. That's why I started working out. I started reading more books. I started going on hikes. I even started learning how to breathe properly. So I just started doing different things. Yeah.
What you mean by breathe properly?
So breathing properly. Before I used to breathe like very shallowly. So like very shallowly, like, and I never realized that like I could breathe properly. So breathing properly, like taking a full deep breath, letting the air fill up your belly and breathing
Yeah.
out. I never realized how revolutionary that was into my life.
Yeah, especially like when you're standing up and breathing, like day to day breathing versus like when you lay down, like that's the actual way you're supposed to be breathing in
Yes,
through the
sir.
nose and then letting, like you said, your stomach inhale and shit. That shit is so like, it's a little thing that people don't really realize. So
Exactly.
that's fascinating that you did. So where you were from originally?
So I was born in Tanzania in Africa. That's where I was originally born.
Okay, so that's why you're like able to speak. What language were you speaking on? No BBL at the end of it.
Oh, no BBL.
Yeah.
So on no BBL, I was speaking Kinyarwanda and Swahili as well.
Okay. How many languages do you speak?
I used to be able to speak so much more languages. I used to be able to speak Swahili, Kinyarwanda, Kirundi. Um, I used to be able to speak French as well. So on top of that, it would be like five with English, but some of them kind of faded away. It's not as strong as other ones.
How did you pick up all the languages? Just like
So,
being around it.
yes, sir, yes, sir. I was where I was born. I was like mainly born in like refugee camps. So like the places where I lived, there would be a lot of people from like surrounding areas that are also seeking refugees in those camps. So like everybody was like different cultures within, different people and different languages and different skills and stuff like that.
And you seem very like I just mentioned some of your music. You have an album called I don't want to butcher your name. Is it Shimbusho?
Yes, sir.
Shimbusho. Shimbusho, the album that came out May 1st, 2025. It's a 26 song album on SoundCloud. Tell me a little bit about your thought process, like creating that.
Man, so yo, I'm glad you asked that. Um, yeah, man. Music. First, I'll tell you this: music saved my life, and the thought process behind that, I kind of just it was a way for me to express myself. I was going through a time where I wanted people to experience and to feel what I was feeling, and to feel what I went through, and to feel, just to feel me, just to feel my soul. So I was making music from my soul, man. And for the longest time, I would make music. I would never release it. I would just make music. 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 And it was from a special place of my heart, man. So it was the creativity was there, And the thought process, man, I can't even fathom, man. I was just all over the place, but I was trying to put everything together so people can understand and people can feel and really see the world and the reality that some people are going through in the world.
Yeah, and there's like a wide range of sounds on that. Who are some of your influences, like since you have so many different sounds?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So one of my influences is reggae music. I listen to a lot of reggae
Yeah,
music.
yeah,
So one of my influences is Culture. Uh, Culture. He's from. He plays in a band. Not a band. A band. Yeah, you can call it.
yeah, yeah.
The other one is Bob Marley, of course. Um, I got a bunch of influences, but I just love music that touches the soul, music that has a meaning, and music that liberates, the human mind.
Yeah, I mean, you have songs like Third Eye, Story of My Life, and you're talking about how everything is energy and stuff like that. Where did all these like beliefs come from?
Man, yeah, where these beliefs came from, man, for the longest time, I never knew about meditation. I
Mm,
never knew about, like I said, fully breathing. I never knew about energy that, like we are energy. I never knew that. I always knew there was a God in the sky. I always knew about church. I always knew about the Bible, but I never really knew about myself. So I started getting into self improvement, which led into spirituality and trying to seek myself, trying to find myself. And that's when I realized that we are energy, and everything that we're doing on this plane is affecting the spiritual plane as well.
mm, I agree. And you had songs where you were talking about in the intro of "I try but they can't understand" about how like we're reincarnated souls and shit like that. So you believe that you believe in reincarnation?
Yes, sir. I believe in reincarnated. I believe we reincarnated, and I believe in reincarnation. The reason why I say that is because we are energy, and we don't die. We just take the frequency that we are right now. So if that frequency is a frequency of fear, then yeah. But that's why I say to live authentic and to be your truest self, no matter where you are, because then in doing so, you can always be a higher frequency and a higher vibration.
And are you into poetry at all? Because like I feel like a lot of the time, and or not a lot of the time, but like sometimes when I was listening to like the album and shit, like a lot of it was like spoken word poetry almost.
Man, see, the thing is, with poetry, I dib and dabbled in high school a little bit.
Yeah,
But with the music, that was honestly all just coming from. It was like all just coming from the top of my head. I don't even know. I would go in the booth, and I would just record and I'll press play. Like you can even hear some of the songs. Like I'm like I'm like taking deep breaths like through the
yeah,
music and
yeah.
stuff. But yeah, all of that was just I would just say fuck it, and I just did it. Yeah.
Tell me about. I'm gonna ask you about a couple of the songs that I listened to. So, what inspired the track "Letter to Johnny"?
Oh man, Little Johnny.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was actually crying in there. I was crying in the studio that day. Man, yeah. So Little Johnny was a track that was like just kind of explaining everything that's going back home. And I used Johnny as a character. So I'm not Johnny, by the way.
yeah, yeah.
Johnny was a character that I used to describe what's going on back home. That there's wars that's going on. People just trying to find safety, security. Um, and here we get another chance to come to America, the land of the free, land of the brave, land of opportunities. We leave everything behind. We leave our identity. We leave our culture. We leave everything back home um, to come to this new place to seek this new opportunity. And then within doing so, we leave everything behind, like I said, and then we come here, and then Johnny's in America. He's trying to get it on. Johnny's working, and Johnny's realizing that man, life is not as easy as you envisioned it when you were back over there. That money doesn't grow on trees like you thought it grew back there, and so Johnny wants to go home because of the things that he's experiencing over here. And Johnny's crying. Johnny wants to go home now.
So tell me, how long did it take you to record that album? Because 26 songs, that's a lot of tracks.
Yeah. So that album. So the when I first started like making like reggae music, I
Yeah,
was only doing like reggae music. I didn't even listen to like rap music. I'm gonna be honest with you, because at the time rap music, I was just too sensitive for that type of music. like it was just way too sensitive. So I would
Mm.
only listen to music like that because it was just like good for my soul. So that's the only music I was making. I was making that type of music for a while. I would even go to my friend's studio. They'll make different music. I'll make my own music. And then after a while, I started learning. I'm like, okay, well, now like the non-duality. I started learning how to detach. I had to detach from the identity that I created again. So I had to learn how to detach from that. I went back. That's when I started making like the 22, like, different music, in terms of like hip hop, in terms of
Yeah.
rap, in terms of like the new style nowadays. Because I learned that I can't just be one identity. I got to learn how to detach.
Okay. And break down the track. Coca, get them off. Break that one down.
Yeah, man. That I was actually working at I was working at a place where a lot of people were crackheads, man. I was working at like a temp agency. It was just hard to find jobs, man. I don't know what was going on, and I would drive them. I smoke a lot of weed,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
coke has never been something that's ever crossed my mind because it's something that I've seen people do it, and they're not doing so good. So I would drive them around. I have such a big heart, man. I never see. I always see people for who they are, and so I could see how it affected their life and how a lot of things was affected by coke. And I have a couple friends that went down that route that started doing coke, and now they're somewhere where a couple years ago, if we would look back, we would have never thought it would have been the case. And so coke has been plaguing my community to say the least. And it was something that was really you know small, but then it became so big. So coke, yeah, coke, man, and it's like once you're on it, it's hard to get off. So I made that song for for my friends and for the people that I seen that was on it, and that they can break free. They can get off from it. Come on, start smoking weed, man. You gotta stop the
yeah.
coke. Exactly.
Well, you say you like to smoke. How do you like to roll up?
So smoking is oh man, I'm glad you asked that question. Oh man, I love smoking. Smoking is like a part of me, and I love smoking. I like rolling with like raws.
Yeah,
I like rubber. I'm not gonna lie. You can't
yeah.
take that away from me.
Do you have like a favorite strain or anything like that?
Yes, yes, yes. So my favorite strain that I've gotten so far, it's called lamb's bread.
Mm.
I mean, that's like it's like a sativa or like a landrace cultivar. So it's like pure sativa, man. It hasn't been crossbred, nothing. So that's really good, especially if you wanna, you know, spiritual smoke or whatever you
Yeah,
call it.
yeah, yeah.
The other strain that I like is called what's that strain? It was really good. It's called Warheads.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
The ones is really good as well. But yeah, that's pretty much my two favorite strains.
Do you prefer like sativa or indica, just
I
in general?
I prefer sativa, but like I said, I literally started getting indica on purpose because I used to just straight up get sativa all the time.
Mm.
So like now I'm like experimenting getting indica, and it low-key feels like a treat, man. It's like awesome.
Yeah, yeah, you get that little slump kind of feeling in the
Yes,
head.
sir.
Yeah, yeah. Do you meditate when you smoke?
I used to do it way more often than
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
But the thing with meditation and doing energy work and that type of stuff is that you get so sensitive to people's energy and you
Mm-hmm.
get so sensitive to like everything that's around you to the point where you have to be secluded and I literally had to like hide from people, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
and because like I could just feel everything. So like with energy work, if you want to do that type of stuff, it's good. It's not bad. It's just for me. I had dedicated that my life, but I do meditate here and there. But mostly, I do breathing exercises.
Yeah, I feel like with the meditating and smoking, I feel like it's almost a good like gateway into like showing you how to do it. But I feel like it can quickly become a crutch if you like do it too much. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Especially with the
Exactly.
energy work, is like if you need something out external in order to be able to access the internal. I don't know. It almost feels counterintuitive a little bit. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Exactly. No, you're 100% right about that, and that's the thing I had to realize about like weed. That weed was it was a friend. All right, it was a friend for me to kind of help me get this awareness that I have now. And it's like now I don't need weed to have the same awareness because this is just like a lifestyle.
Hmm.
But before, it was like the opposite. I would smoke weed and I would have so much negative thoughts about myself and about the weed itself. And it would just be like the opposite. And that's because I was already at like a lower frequency already. and the habits, and I would be eating negative food. Like these like foods and everything was going into play, and already like so when I smoked, it revealed exactly who I was, and I would try to run away from that. Nah, that's not me. Da, da, da. I'll fight against it. So once I stopped fighting against it and I accepted it, it showed me everything that I needed to know about myself. And that's when I really had to face myself. So the weed was a way for me to face myself. And once I started facing myself, seeing my flaws, seeing everything that I needed to work on, seeing, oh my God, like everything that you see is right there. And once you face it, that's when you start becoming a new person.
What's some advice that you could give to people who want to make a change? Like, what are some of the first steps that they can make?
Making a change, I mean, it's not easy because I'm still evolving every single day. So it's not like a one and done thing when it comes to change. But for me, I always have that voice that tells me what I gotta do. There's that little voice, and it's sometimes it's like the smallest things. So for me, I have to do the smallest things, which leads to the big things. So I gotta start really early. I gotta get up. I gotta clean my room, make my bed. You know what I mean? Make my tea, do my breathing exercises, watch a video, and those little small things stack my day up for a great day.
What kind of tea you be fucking with?
What'd you say?
I said, what kind of tea you be fucking with?
Oh man, I'm glad you answered. Yo, this I'm giving you guys the cheat code right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Ginger, turmeric, and ginger, turmeric, and cayenne pepper.
Mm.
Beautiful. That's if you like blend it
Yeah, yeah.
and you drink it, you take a shot. For the tea, get ginger, and then get like you can get rosemary as well if you want, and then get honey lemongrass tea. I'm telling you, that's all you need right there.
What's the benefits of combining all that?
I mean, for me,
Yeah,
it's cured like everything for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like in terms of like I wake up, that's like my coffee right there. That's literally my shot of espresso. It gets me going. It gets my body right. I feel good, especially my gut, because this is the number one important
Mm-hmm.
thing right here, except for your brain. But it works the same as your brain. So everything that you're eating, everything that you're taking is going straight up here. So we have to take care of this. So it really cleanses me very well.
Yeah, I feel like gut health is neglected by a lot of people. Like, it's funny you say that. I used to take, you're familiar with Haritaki at all?
No, sir.
I used to take that shit to like cleanse out like my gut health as well, and I definitely recommend that shit. But it tastes vile, yo. It's
Wait, really?
vile, yo.
Wait, how does that work? How does it work?
So it was originally a medicine that was used in Asia. Like it was the first medicine ever used type shit. And there's a bunch of health benefits that you'd have to like look into.
Hmm.
But
That's
yeah,
awesome, man.
that shit's really good too.
I'm definitely gonna try that.
So tell me what your favorite song off of that project was and your thought process when making it.
So my favorite song on that album was "Tribal War,"
Mm.
and my thought process behind "Tribal War" was, you know, like I'm from a place where it's like a war-torn country, so you have people killing each other, and they're killing each other for an identity that was curated and given to them by somebody else. So it was not ordained by God, and they're killing each other for what? They're killing each other for land, they're killing each other for possession, and you know, yeah, they're killing each other for things that really is not going to bring anything and bring any value into our community or into our the place where I was from. So I made Tribal War because my whole life we just been running, and my parents is originally from Rwanda. That's where I am. I'm Rwandanese. That's where they're from. And then they had the genocide happened. They moved. They were seeking refugee in different countries. Came about in Tanzania, and in Tanzania, it's a different culture of people. So they really don't want you there as well. So we're fighting to stay there.
Mm.
We're fighting to hide. You know, we're fighting to survive over there. So tribal war is like is man. Like I was going through it when I was making that, man. That was from my heart. You know, and that was the only way I could express myself. I couldn't talk about these things, and so I was talking about it from my perspective of me, my perspective of my family, and mostly what my parents endured and what they went through, and just the generation what they're going through because of that effect. And I talked about it from where we came from to where we are now, from this effect, and to where we are,
Mm.
and how these things affect people. Um, and how it's stupid, it's child play, how people can fight each other and not realize who's behind it all. So Tribal War, man, was definitely one of my uh, most spiritual songs, I would say, because I don't even know how I made that song, man. That song was from the heart. But yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite songs for sure.
What are some of your favorite like what's something that you love about being a creator and something that you hate about it?
Something I love about being a creator for sure is that it frees me. It really does. Every single time I create, I feel so good. I feel accomplished, and especially if it's something positive, man. It's like you're moving in the right direction, and your higher self gives you a pat in the back. You could feel it. And so for me, creating, it was never something where I was like creating so I can like go viral or like be this big person. I was doing it because I was like, okay, well, I have about 600 people that's watching me. And out of those 600 people, the influence, because I was thinking about it like this, because Jesus was talking to a lot of people, but nowadays, social media, like, how much, like, you can,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy, man. It's insane. So 600 people for me was insane. I'm like, what? If at least 200 of those people are listening to the message, then I did my job.
Yeah.
So that's the mindset of where I was coming from. And so with the music that I was like making and stuff like that, I was making it for the people because I realized that it's all just like a ripple effect. So I was doing it and I was doing it for my soul. And I was here for a reason. I was here for a purpose. And I was here to instill this into people's mind. And I only had a limit of time. And I was using myself as a vessel. And so everything that I was saying, I truly believed was coming from my higher self.
And I peeped a post with a guitar in your hands and shit. Do you play the guitar?
I did. I did. I used to practice a little bit more, but yeah, I do play the guitar. And actually, I don't know if you know the artist by the name of like John Vincent. He's like a folk country artist.
Okay.
He actually inspired me as well, same as Bob Marley to hop on the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are some of your favorite places that you've been? Because you seem, very well traveled.
Some of my favorite places. I haven't really like really been anywhere for real.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, in terms of like in the United States, but my favorite place has to be hands down Canada. Um, I used to go. That's probably the place I've traveled there most. I like that place, man. It's cool. It's a nice vibe. It's very friendly over there, and the thing is, like the McDonald's over there tastes way better than the ones here.
Yeah. So, August 23rd, 2020, I saw there was a post where you got written about in the Concord Insider for hosting, I believe it was a basketball youth tournament. Tell me a little bit about how that all came together.
Oh yes. So pre-COVID, I think it was like after COVID. You know how the block, nobody's there. It's everybody's doing their own thing. Everybody's acting all A1. Nobody wants to come outside. Nobody wants to, play games anymore. Nobody wants to do anything. So I came in with a group of my friends and we thought about it. We're like, yo, we gotta come up with something. We gotta organize something. We gotta get the youth. We gotta get everybody outside. We gotta get everybody together because this is what's fun and this is what people need. It was after COVID, so we did that. We organized, and it was amazing. A lot of people came. We did like 5v5. We did futsal. We had food. We had merch, clothing. We had kids playing games. I mean, we did the whole 9 yards, and it was the greatest thing that came out Concord on that day.
Yeah, that's fire. Tell me, last question I have about the album. Tell me about what the cover art inspiration was.
Oh yeah, that's actually me on there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so my whole life I grew up a Catholic, and I grew up a Catholic, and that cover art inspiration. That's when I got baptized, and I specifically remember that day. That was a very powerful moment at the time, because like when you get baptized, you're born again, and so I used that as a cover art because a lot of people they thought I was going against them in terms of like Christianity and stuff like that because I don't believe in it, and I had different views in terms of what other people thought. And so they thought I was going against them, but this whole time I was just trying to speak the truth because the truth is the only thing that liberates. Everything else is illusion. And so I did that cover art to show people that, yo, it's not that I don't like Catholic, I don't like Christianity. It's not like any of that. It's just the truth is what liberates. And a lot of these things are illusions. And so I did that to show people that I'm still with them and I'm still, because my mom is Christian, my sister was Muslim, And I've always thought about this. I'm like, if my sister's Muslim, is she going to hell? So a lot of those things. And back home, there's people killing each other because of their religions and stuff. People killing each other because of their ethnic and stuff like that. So a lot of these things, man, it's just identities that's given to us. And so I started judging people by their heart and not what church they go to and stuff like that. So yeah, I did that Shumbusho, the album, and Shumbusho is like in my language it means a gift from God.
Ah,
And how that came about, my mom had she had another son after me. His name was Eric, by the way, and so he lost his life. And my mom actually the reason why she was granted, she's still living today, was because of me, because the place where we are, they couldn't accept us. And so when I was born, it gave her the leeway to stay in that country. So that's why she named me a gift from God.
and so what's next for you? What do you got coming down the pipeline?
Oh man, that's a big question. For me, I'm just trying to like put everything that I have in my mind into reality. So the things that I have next is my clothing brand. Man, I got so much ideas. That's with this clothing brand. So I'm gonna push out a bunch of reels, nice videos, nice pictures. Also, we have an event that's gonna be tomorrow. Actually, it's gonna be the same thing for the people. It's gonna be 2025 this time, and we're coming out with a DJ, basketball, futsal, music, food, everything, the whole 9 yards. It's gonna be awesome, and I'm really just gonna be pushing the clothing brand, pushing the message, and working on the community as well. Just trying to be that motivational. Actually, not screw that. I don't want to be motivational. I just want to be relatable, and I want to be as authentic as I can be, as flawed as, because we're all flawed. We're all human beings, and we have to learn how to accept that, and we have to learn how to live with that, because when I was so spiritual, I was just one sided. I had to be this perfect person, this pure person. And yes, you can live like that. That's highly attainable. Don't let nobody tell you else you can't. That's not that's highly attainable. It's just the way that we're living in now, the world that we're living in now. You have to learn how to, be versatile and stuff like that.
Where do you want to be in 5 years?
5 years, I'm definitely gonna be back home, probably building, probably helping out the community. Um, yeah, that's like my biggest aspiration right now, helping out my grandma. I have like a bunch of family members that I never got to meet that have all dispersed within the wars and stuff like that. So I want to go there, help them out, help the friends that I have left and stuff like that.
Well, that's what's up. Well, I want you to drop your socials one more time. I
Yeah,
appreciate you for popping out. You seem very experienced. I like the trajectory of where you going and shit, bro.
I appreciate that. I
Yeah,
appreciate that. I
got you, bro.
appreciate that. Too tall. Yeah. So my socials is Instagram is Shumbusho, like I said, SHUMBUSHO. The Instagram for Project Concrete is gonna be projectconcrete.clothing. I also have a YouTube as well, and that's gonna be Shumbusho, SHUMBUSHO. There's new music on the way. I'm a silent killer. That's all it is. You know what I mean? So this is just gonna get it going, and I'm hoping to see you guys next time for sure.
All right, that's what's up. It's been Smoking with Too Tall. Uplift yourself.